Hey guys, SuperHorrorBro Mike here, and today we are playing Bendy and the Ink Machine, the original Chapter 1 Alpha Build, whatever you want to call it, the demo, the original Gamejolt release basically that came out, I think in February 2017? It was a while ago now. I remember first playing this on the channel, after I think my channel had only been set up for like 4 or 5 months at the time, and it was the first time I played it and basically got introduced to this game, and of course my whole channel sort of blew up around this game because I started growing a real community around it. A lot of you guys follow me, or started to follow me, for my Bendy content, so I really wanted to revisit this. Now, I didn't know there was any way to actually revisit this. I deleted the original file off my computer, and obviously now I own the game on Steam, so I thought the only way to play it was really the version that everyone has now on Steam. However, I didn't realise that there was actually a link to the original file that was re-uploaded that's available on the Bendy and the Ink Machine wiki page. I will link it down below for you guys if you want to try it out for yourselves, of course, and play the original how it first came out. Now this of course was made by Mike Mood and TheMeatly themselves when they just wanted to create a little game for a test basically. I think they wanted to put something together, a 3D game, see how they got on working together and see what they could create. And they had this rough story for a game called Bendy, and of course this blew up and eventually they ended up making it into a whole game. That's the rest is history, so to speak. Now today I'm really excited to play this because I've been wanting to play it for ages. Go back and just see where it all started because it's been a long time. So with that said guys, you can see the title screen straight away. It's different from how I remembered it. I didn't remember it being this closely zoomed in on the little chair in the middle, but it hasn't even got any options. It just says play chapter 1 or quit at the bottom here, as you can see. So we'll just dive in, we'll play through it. I might show some comparisons as well with the current version, the full final version as well, just so you guys can see how much it actually has changed as we play. But aside from that, it's just going to be a regular laid-back Let's Play video for you guys today. I thought I'd include my face cam so you can see me react to reliving this experience, and I thought it would just be a nice video to put out today. So let's dive back in and play the original Bendy and the Ink Machine once again. Okay, here we go. Dear Henry, it seems like a lifetime since we worked together on cartoons. 30 years resets away, doesn't it? If you're back in town, come visit the old workshop. There's something I need to show you. Your best pal, Joey Drew. So this is actually very similar to how it looks now, guys. It looks slightly, I think, softer, but it's pretty much the same thing. So we'll dive in. The little logo at the bottom, the loading logo, is a little different. It's got a little dancing Bendy.
Alright, Joey. I'm here.
But yeah, here you go. You can see, guys, this is how it originally looked. The lighting is far simpler, and it doesn't have all the different textures everywhere. Look at the options as well. There's very few options. If we quickly compare that to the options you now get in the game, there's a load more graphical options. It makes the game look a lot nicer. But, this was the original release. So, with that said, let's have a wander around and see what happens. Now, this, as you can see, has changed. The original glove had 3 stripes on it instead of 2 dots that we have now. So these posters look a little different. And as well as that, guys, you can see the exit above the door. Like, it's really changed. It's just kind of written on the wall there. I mean, I think they just basically cobbled this together just to see, what they could make. And they didn't think it would ever be a full release. So I think, you can see how much love and polish has gone into it. You can see now, of course, these were the original film reels on the wall. It now says Joey Drew Studios, of course. That's changed quite a lot. And if we just have, I'll just do a little pan around the room and sort of maybe mix that between this one and the, final version that we've got. So if I just do that, and then I pan back with the other game across, you can see it's really changed. Here's Henry's desk.
Hey, here's my old desk. I wasted so much time in this chair.
You can see it's kind of similar. It's still got the Bendy drawing with the no there, the rejected Bendy drawing. But there's no room here that you can access at the moment. That was added late into development. I think that was added with the Chapter 4 update. They remastered this chapter. They put a whole new workshop in there with the artist's desk. But at the moment, it's just a locked door. And I think on subsequent releases, this locked door was changed with boards where you could see a staircase going up. And many of us wondered and theorised that perhaps that's where we would eventually escape the studio, or at least access a higher floor in later chapters, but of course it was changed completely in the end. So let's go back this way, guys, and I guess we'll go and see the ink machine. Now remember, the ink machine has changed drastically. Another thing to bear in mind is that the objects, like you can see the wrench here for example, they're in different places and they're randomly generated in this original release. There we go, we've got the ink machine, it's straight in front of us, and you can see that the ink machine itself looks really different to the final version that we saw. And it hasn't got this grand, like, sort of entrance anymore, if you can say entrance for an inanimate object. It just is in this room, we just find it sort of left here. It's kind of very basic, and we just happen upon it. But this is what it originally looked like, the ink machine. You've probably seen it in the museum at the end of the game if you completed it. You can have a look at it there, but it's cool to see it just like, you know, how it was in the actual level. And there's a little Bendy cutout. And of course I think that this door here, we can't actually go into this room either. As far as I remember, I think that room is off limits as well. So let's make our way around here. Here we go, we've got a Boris.
Oh my god.
That's the original Boris,
Joey,
guys.
What were you doing?
So this is what he originally looked like. Very different, of course. He's quite fat. Not to body shame or anything, but he is. And his hands, he doesn't have the gloves, as you can see, anymore. He's just all black. It's just completely made of ink, really. His whole body is different. So yeah, that's the original Boris, for those of you that haven't seen him and how he originally looked. Let's go and investigate the ink machine itself now. Not the ink machine, the power room, sorry. Here we go. Again, the power room looks really different. Like, I might show a comparison of this just to see like how different it actually looks now. If we have a look around the room, between this version and the final version, you can see it's really different. So we need to go and get the objects now. Oh, here we go.
Oh, who put this here?
That's actually quite different, isn't it? Henry's original reaction sounds quite different as well. So we're going to collect all the objects now, guys. We'll get the book. Here we go, Joey Drew's book. And I think Wally's recording's just here. Yeah, it was on this shelf, wasn't it? Which was always a little odd. But you can actually see, I think the tape player itself looks a little different as well.
At this point, I don't get what Joey's plan is for this company. The animations sure aren't being finished on time
Yeah,
anymore,
it sounds different, doesn't it, guys?
I don't see why we need this machine. It's noisy, it's messy, and who needs that?
And there's no like text on the side of the screen
also,
either.
Get this. Joey had each one of us donate something from our workstation. We put them on these little pedestals.
There you go. I'm not going to listen to the whole of that, guys, but you can see it sounds different. They re-recorded the lines, and also it didn't have like the little text box to the side so you could read it. Is there anything in this room to collect? Nope. Didn't need to come in here yet. I've also noticed that I don't think I can run at the moment. Okay, let's go back this way. The annoying thing was with the original releases, like you were literally like looking everywhere for objects, and they were always in different places. They always like randomly generated. And here you go, guys. You can actually see here. I didn't show you this before, but you can see the 3 lines on Bendy's gloves there, which obviously is very different to the 2 dots and how he looks now in the final game. But I did show you on the poster. I haven't showed you actually on Bendy himself. We can't even get inside this room. So yeah, I forgot how different this original release was. It's really weird going back to it. But it's kind of nice. I kind of like the soft look to the game. But obviously graphically it's nowhere near as nice as the final version. But you know what? This was always very impressive to me as a little indie game made by somebody that started as a comic book artist, and I think Mike, which was TheMeatly, and I think Mike Mood self-taught himself how to program. I think he might have started at a mobile phone company, the same one that made Bendy and Nightmare Run. There we go, I've got everything. But yeah, he pretty much was self-taught, I think, and just
that's all.
they both taught themselves how to develop games and made this, which is crazy because there's so many indie games you get off like Gamejolt and stuff that are just really poorly put together. And this one, it always felt, even at its worst, like a pretty polished little indie title that you would happily pay money for. So, you know, kudos to them. Oh wow, look at this, guys. I thought we had to place them in the original release. They just appeared here and they're floating as well. That's really weird. Like, I kind of like that though, but like it's kind of paranormal almost, isn't it? They're just like floating above these things. It's more ritual like. Okay, guys, so let's head back to the I think the pressure valve now. Turn that. Oh, that got me. I actually think the sound is better actually in this original release. The deeper sound. It's kind of, I don't know, it sounds a bit creepier to me. Oh, that still comes on. But look how simple and basic it was in the original thing. It's literally just a square cut out and put on here. And you've got the different music, of course, and now it's the whistle. In this original release, it's just this bit of music. So there we go, that's different. Hit the flow button. Oh, the ink doesn't come out anymore. I completely forgot none of this stuff happens in the original. So let's power on this bad boy, guys. It says ready. The text looks a little different, doesn't it, as well as the original. There we go, running. I want to actually see if the Meatly secret is in here. I don't know if they put it in the original release. Of course, the Meatly secret, there's one in every chapter, and the one for this chapter was hidden behind this little poster. Oh, it is in here.
What the heck is this?
Hello, Meatly. Alright, guys, so now we get to see the original version of Bendy. Here we go. Wow, that is a bright strobe light. Oh, and did you hear Henry there? He was like, I'm out of here. He actually, yeah, that doesn't look as impressive, does it? I might give you guys a quick comparison of how it all looks now in the current version. Here we go, let's get out of here, guys. It just looks really basic, doesn't it? It doesn't look very kind of creepy at all. But I'll tell you what, that Bendy really scared me. Whoa. Yeah, that Bendy really scared me the first time I played it. I remember I jumped out my skin because I just wasn't expecting it. And the chapter had been so slow up to that point and so like sort of atmospheric, but it just caught me off guard. But of course, the developer calls that bird poop Bendy or something like that. Because it does kind of look like that, doesn't it? Oh wow, and yeah, we just fall straight into this room. There's no staircase. I forgot there's no Thomas Connor recording. We're just straight down into this room, and we get the axe. So there we go.
This
So
will
we'll
definitely come in handy.
chop our way through these boards, and look at the axe. The axe doesn't even stay on the screen. It's like really high above the screen. Okay, so let's chop these boards. Ah. Wow, it's really hard to use the axe in this version. You forget all these things, don't you? Like, when they improve a game, you just forget, like, the issues the original might have had. And then that's it. You don't get the vision at the end. Bendy and the Ink Machine, that's the game. End of chapter. And then, do we get credits? I can't remember. Support chapter 2. Oh yeah, they used to have a Patreon, didn't they? There you go, yeah. That doesn't exist anymore, guys. Here's the credits. Game design, Meatly, programmer Mike Mood, Meatly, Mike Mood, Meatly, Mike Mood. Yeah, so it was just the two of them making it all. And all the music as well. So there you go, guys. Quite an accomplishment that, and that was really cool to relive as well. I really enjoyed going back to that game, guys. I hope you enjoyed my little comparisons I put in along the way, and I hope you enjoyed this video today. Of course, we'll cover future Bendy games on the channel. I've got a few upcoming ones to do with little theories, clearing up things to do with the original game. And I'm looking forward to what the Kindly Beast does next. And of course, we've got the last little cutscene here, guys. I think Bendy appears, doesn't he, in the background or something, if I remember correctly. Yeah, there you go. It's actually quite creepy. But yeah, guys, I'm looking forward to what the Kindly Beast, which is now what Meatly Games goes by, what they make next. There's some interesting teasers coming out about their next game. I might cover that in a future video, of course, but I'll definitely be playing their game and covering all the proper news that comes out to do with it. Thank you for watching the video of Bendy and the Ink Machine today, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, remember to give this video a like, leave me a comment down below, and of course, subscribe to the channel for more horror-related content, and I will see you guys on the next video.